As I recall, we went out on strike at midnight, and we stayed on the picket line pretty close to 24 hours a day for 9 days in the rain. We never dried out. It was very exciting because you could see all of the employees cooperating. Every single person was out. There wasn't one person that crossed the picket line that was a part of our bargaining unit. Prior to the time that we had started the negotiations, we would go into the town and the classified people would sit in separate tables. You'd find the cooks in one table, the custodians in another, and so forth. During the strike, we met every night together in the community hall, and we found that they were all together. I mean, the wonderful unity that came about because of that strike. Now, 9 days later, they were pretty bedraggled, but they were still strong and would go on. However, there was a certain thing that happened that brought it to closure. John, why don't you tell about that?
Well, before I bring it to closure, I'd like to say that we always go before the police department before a strike and
Yes.
check out all the rights that we have in the city. And one thing, they put up a sign in the police hall there that we didn't have to worry about this strike because this was a group of people who were middle-aged and they would not cause any problems. But I think the key to the settlement of the strike.
Wait a minute. Can I interrupt just
Sure.
a second? Because I want to talk about, just for a minute, the people as they worked the picket lines, because I think it was so unusual that here they were, this group of middle-aged people, that their concern was so great for the children. The crossing guards were not the ones that the employees wanted. They didn't think that they were very reliable, and so our people would put out their picket signs and allow the children to cross the streets safely. So their concern was for the children. And one little child brought to their parent a little grocery sack full of their change that they had collected. And they asked their mother if she would please bring it to the cooks so that they could come back to work.
I think the key to the settlement of the strike was we had total support of the city in the strike. The newspapers and all were giving us good write-ups. And when it come time to settle, we struck from the time the garbage men come at 6 o'clock in the morning till after all the ball games at night. Reedsport is quite a union town, and they would not allow the people go to ball games because we were picketing. On Friday night, there was going to be a ball game, and the city went to the school board and said, we want a settlement before that ball game. And we were thrilled to death. They called us back to settle so that the people could go to the ball game, and they gave us all the things we'd asked for in the very first day of negotiations. So it was a complete victory for us.